We did Howard Stern, and we knew in a month in advance that we were going to do it together. And he said, after Howard Stern, we go do walk in Central Park, right? I'm like, okay. We go there, and we're just walking, and it's just like, hey, James, come walk on top of benches.
Come on, James. Hey,
we're right here.
2017.
2017, he's the best actor. That's what I said. Hey.
Okay, who here can really reveal themselves to the class? Anybody?
I'll go. The book came out, The Disaster Artist, which was written by Greg Sestero and Tom Bissell. I mean, I read it almost as soon as it hit the New York Times book review. Somebody was like, "You should look at that. It looks like you'd like it." Before I was halfway through, I just knew. I knew because I knew at least I wanted to tell it, and I hoped it would be good. But that it had all the ingredients I want as a director. But on the other hand, it was also a very relatable story. It was underneath the story of everybody that comes to Hollywood to follow their dreams or follow their dreams in any profession. You know, it was like that. It had that kind of heart to it. But the characters were so wacky. I'd never seen anything like it before, and I thought, ooh, if we do this right, this could be good.
This set of the alleyway looks exactly like the real alleyway.
That's right.
Well, why don't we just shoot in the real alleyway?
Because it's a real Hollywood movie.
No, yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
We quickly thought about writers for it. We had a list, and these guys were at the top of our list. We knew that it was a funny, unusual story, but that our approach wouldn't be to lean into the comedy, that our approach would be to lean into the characters and to lean into the heart. And we all thought these are the guys that tell those relationship stories better than anyone.
We always wanted to work with these guys. We're not funny. So if they were coming to us to write a funny movie, that was a disaster. But we read it and we were like, this could be really cool. We really related to these guys, as weird as that sounds. I mean, we were kids from the East Coast, as far from Hollywood as you get, and this is all we ever wanted to do. And I feel like that was those guys.
What you guys really wrote about is the passion of this guy. You know what I mean? The passion underneath. That's what I really liked, is that on the surface, he's bizarre and weird. But underneath, he had the same amount of passion as I did, you know, and as Coppola or anybody, you know what I mean? And in that way, it did give it so much dignity.
You go crazy. Nobody respect my vision.
Neither of us had seen The Room when we started reading the book. And then Scott stopped about 3 chapters in to watch it alone. I remember you telling me, which is not the way to watch The Room. You need to see it with other people to guide you.
That's how I saw it in Vancouver at a screening, and Greg Sestero was actually there promoting the book.
We wrote it sort of independent from meeting them or talking to them. I think we had met maybe Greg a little bit because we were using so much of his material. But when we met Tommy, it was a little like, what's this going to be like?
Right.
He's actually like an incredibly sweet dude.
You're saying that because he likes you, but he definitely doesn't like me.
Really?
So, yeah.
He called me Mr. Nosy Hollywood guy who thinks he knows it all.
Wow.
But it was so funny, before you got there, he walked in, he gives Scott like the biggest hug, and he's like, who's this guy? To me, it's like, we've met so many times, Tommy. He really doesn't like me.
This town, Greg, they don't want me.
Wish we could just make our own movie.
That great idea.
I knew I wanted to direct it. I knew I wanted to play Tommy, and I knew I wanted Dave to play Greg. We had never really done a movie together, at least to this extent. And he had said no to me a few times. I did some weird movies he didn't want to be a part of, or whatever. So I asked him, and he watched The Room by himself, and couldn't sleep for a few days, and then read the book and understood, because the book was so great about the relationship. And anyway, so he was in. We were just lucky. There's so many Room fans. We shot in LA. There were so many people around, and so a lot of people Paul Scheer and June Raphael, and even like Bob Odenkirk. You know, we're all like huge Room fans, and just wanted to be a part of it.